Hello friends, welcome to Max. Today, let us discuss a problem from the topic partial differential equation. The question is, given the transformations u is equal to e power x cos y, v is equal to e power x sin y, and that phi is a function of u and v and also of x and y, prove that. They have given an expression here. In the expression, we prove பண்ணனும். சரிங்களா? Solution. So, to prove that, dou square phi by dou x square plus dou square phi by dou y square is equal to u square plus v square dou square phi by dou u square plus dou square phi by dou v square. This is what we have to prove. Now, let us write the given informations. கொடுத்திருக்கிற informations எடுத்து எழுதிடலாம். u is equal to e power x cos y. v is equal to e power x sin y. கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. From these two informations, let us find the values of the partial derivatives dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, similarly dou v by dou x, dou v by dou y, right? So இந்த ரெண்டு இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ்ல இருந்து நம்மளால என்னென்ன partial derivatives find out பண்ண முடியுமோ find out பண்ணிரலாம். dou u by dou x, dou u by dou y, dou v by dou x, dou v by dou y. So dou u by dou x, partial differentiation of u with respect to x, which means that the other term cos y remains as constant. The other variable is considered as constant. Appa cos y remains as constant. So partial differentiation with respect to x பண்றதுனால y constant நம்ம consider பண்ணுவோம். அப்ப cos y constant, e power x மட்டும் differentiate பண்றோம். e power x differentiate பண்ணும்போது e power x comes as it is. e power x cos y, which is nothing but same u. Similarly, dou u by dou y, partial differentiation of u with respect to y. With respect to y அப்படினா x term remains as constant. அப்ப e power x comes as it is and cos y differentiate பண்றோம். cos y differentiate பண்ணும்போது it becomes minus sin y, right? Which is nothing but e power x sin y எதுக்கு equal? e power x sin y is nothing but v. So it is minus v, right? So this part is over. Now, dou v by dou x, partial differentiation of v with respect to x. Appo sin y remains as constant. e power x, differentiation of e power x is same e power x, which is nothing but same v. Similarly, dou v by dou y, partial differentiation with respect to y. Appo e power x remains as constant. Sin y differentiate பண்றோம், which is cos y, which is nothing but u. u is e power x cos y, u. So the formulas which we have applied here are differentiation of e power x, which is same e power x, differentiation of sin x, which is cos x, differentiation of cos x, which is minus sin x. These are the formulas which we have applied here. Now, we have completed finding the values of the partial derivatives. Now, writing the other information. இன்னொரு information questionல என்ன கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? Phi is a function of u and v and also of x and y. Phi இங்கிறது it is a function. Phi is a function in terms of u and v, where u and v are functions in terms of x and y. u and v are functions in terms of x and y, right? அப்போ dou phi by dou x எப்படி நாம எழுதலாம்? dou phi by dou x dou phi by dou u into dou u by dou x plus dou phi by dou v into dou v by dou x. இப்படி split பண்ணி எழுதலாம். Isn't it? Because phi is a function in terms of u and v. அதனால தான் in terms of u, in terms of v. சேர்த்து split பண்ணி எழுதியிருக்கோம். So in the case if we cancel dou u's and dou v's, we get the same term which we have in the LHS, dou phi by dou x. Right? இப்போ in the values of this partial derivatives dou u by dou x, dou v by dou x, we have already found it here. So in the partial derivatives நோடிய values இங்கே ஏற்கனவே நம்ம find out பண்ணி வச்சாச்சு. Just substituting it here, which is nothing but dou u by dou x is u. So u into dou phi by dou u plus dou v by dou x. Dou v by dou x is v. So v into dou phi by dou v. Right? Find out பண்ணி எழுதியாச்சு. Again from this we are writing the value of dou by dou x. Right? Dou by dou x உடைய value இப்ப இதில இருந்து எடுத்து எழுதுறோம். எப்படி? Just removing the function phi from both LHS and RHS. LHS ல இருந்தோ RHS ல இருந்தோ இந்த function phi remove பண்ணிட்டு dou by dou x உடைய value நம்ம எடுத்து எழுதுறோம். So dou by dou x is equal to from this u into dou by dou u plus v into dou by dou v. Right? Let it be as it is. Now, as how we found the value of dou phi by dou x, dou phi by dou x நோடிய value find out பண்ண மாதிரியே dou phi by dou y நோடிய value நம்ம find out பண்ண போறோம். dou phi by dou y. So, dou phi by dou y எப்படி split பண்ணலாம்? Same dou phi by dou u into dou u by dou y. ஏன்னா இங்க dou y இருக்கிறதுனால dou y plus phi is a function in terms of both u and v. அப்போ திரும்பவும் dou phi by dou v into dou v by dou y. So that when we cancel this dou u's, we get the same term which we have in the LHS, dou phi by dou y, which is equal to, in the partial derivatives நோடிய values, we have already found it here. Right? Just substituting it here. Dou u by dou y, which is minus v. So minus v dou phi by dou u. Similarly, dou v by dou y is plus u. So plus u dou phi by dou v. Right? முடிச்சாச்சு. Previously இங்க find out பண்ண மாதிரியே writing the value of dou by dou y. Dou by dou y. Just removing the function phi from both LHS and RHS. So dou by dou y is given by minus v dou by dou u plus v dou by dou v. Right? இது வரைக்கும் find out பண்ணியாச்சு. Now LHS is dou square phi by dou x square plus dou square phi by dou y square. So in this we need the values of dou square phi by dou x square and dou square phi by dou y square. So dou square phi by dou x square is nothing but dou by dou x of dou phi by dou x. And the values of dou by dou x and dou phi by dou x we have already found it here. Dou by dou x, dou phi by dou x. Just substituting those two values here, which is equal to dou by dou x is given by u into dou by dou u plus v into dou by dou v into u into dou phi by dou u plus v into dou phi by dou v. Right? Now just multiplying it, which is equal to, first this into this, u square dou square phi by dou u square. Second, this along with this plus uv dou square phi by dou u dou v. Next, this along with this plus vu dou square phi by dou v dou u. And finally, this along with this plus v square dou square phi by dou v square, right? Simplifying it further, which is equal to u square dou square phi by dou u square plus 2uv. These two terms are same, so 2uv dou square phi by dou u dou v, because we know that in the case of two dimension, dou square phi by dou u dou v is equal to dou square phi by dou v dou u, right? இந்த ரெண்டு டெரிவேட்டிவ்ஸ்மே ஈக்குவல் அப்படிங்கிறது நமக்கு தெரியும். அதனால 2uv dou square phi by dou u dou v plus v square dou square phi by dou v square. This is what the value of dou square phi by dou x square, right? Now the value of the second term, dou square phi by dou y square, same procedure, following the same procedure. So dou by dou y of dou phi by dou y, and the values we have already found. Dou phi by dou y, dou by dou y, just writing it, minus v dou by dou u plus v dou by dou v into this one is u, this one is u, minus v dou by dou u plus u dou phi by dou v, right? See, here the value of the partial derivative dou u by dou y is minus v. So minus v, and this derivative dou phi by dou u. Similarly, the value of this derivative dou v by dou y is u. So u, and this derivative dou phi by dou v. So here the result, right? So dou by dou y, dou phi by dou y, right? Now multiplying, which is equal to, first this along with this, minus into minus plus, so v square dou square phi by dou u square. Next is this along with this, minus vu dou square phi by dou u dou v. Next is this along with this, minus uv dou square phi by dou v dou u. Next, finally this along with this, plus u square dou square phi by dou v square. So simplifying it further, which is equal to v square dou square phi by dou u square minus 2uv. These two terms are same. So minus 2uv dou square phi by dou u dou v plus u square dou square phi by dou v square. This is nothing but dou square phi by dou y square. So the LHS part is to add dou square phi by dou x square and dou square phi by dou y square. So we have completed finding both the values. அப்போ இங்கேவே டைரெக்டாக நம்ம எழுதிடலாம். அப்படி ப்ளஸ் போட்டு ப்ளஸ் டோ ஸ்கொயர் 5 பை டோ எக்ஸ் ஸ்கொயர் ஃப்ளவர் ப்ராக்கெட். ரைட், இந்த எல்ஹெச்எஸ் வந்துருச்சு. இந்த வேல்யூ, இந்த டேர்ம்ஸ், இதனுடைய ரிசல்ட் இங்கே எழுதுகிறோம். ப்ளஸ் இங்கே இருக்குது. ரைட், u square dou square 5 by dou u square plus 2uv dou square 5 by dou u dou v plus v square dou square 5 by dou v square. Right, flower bracket. So this becomes dou square 5 by dou x square plus dou square 5 by dou y square, right, which is equal to, these two terms are cancelled, this and this, these two terms are cancelled, and combining these two together, இதையும் combine பண்றோம், இதையும் combine பண்றோம். v square plus u square dou square 5 by dou u square plus u square plus v square dou square 5 by dou v square, right, which is nothing but இந்த ரெண்டு டேர்மும் சேமாக இருக்குது. இந்த டேர்ம் அண்ட் இந்த டேர்ம், இந்த ரெண்டுத்துலேயுமே இந்த டேர்மும் சேமாக இருக்குது. ஸோ டேக்கிங் இட் அவுட் சைடு, u square plus v square. ஸோ இந்த டேர்மை வெளியில் எடுக்கிறோம். அப்போ இன்சைடு dou square 5 by dou u square plus dou square 5 by dou v square, dou square 5 by dou x square plus dou square 5 by dou y square implies LHS is equal to RHS. Thank you friends. Let us see in another problem.